inspired you to run for this position?
Yeah, so I am first generation, first in my family to graduate high school, college, and the first lawyer in my family. I find that spaces where decisions are being made are usually really hard to get into, and I think our local politics is no different. For almost a decade now, I've been representing folks in our community, and I've seen the different ways that they've struggled to have access to spaces where decisions are being made. And I think little by little, I was able to understand that the help that they needed extended past, their cases that I could help them with. And I started surrounding myself with programs and going to seminars, and really started getting serious about running for public office about a year ago. And I'm really excited to be here today and to actually be doing it.
Perfect. Okay. As a Santa Maria City Council member, how will you represent the people of Santa Maria?
Yeah, I think it's important to note that I grew up in District 1. So I know the district, I know the city, this is my community, right? And now coming back after, practicing law for a few years, and now practicing law for almost, over 4 years here in the city of Santa Maria, it's important to note that the connection that I have with the community is strong. My parents were farm workers here in the community, and now being able to assist folks in their cases, in their legal cases, I think has exposed me to sort of an array of ways that I can now be of help and be of service. So I'm really excited to be able to connect folks, not just because I speak Spanish fluently, but also because we have shared experiences. And I think that brings an invaluable experience and background to the council.
Perfect. And what type of law do you practice?
I practice immigration law.
Perfect. Okay. And as a Santa Maria City Council member, how will you help Santa Maria thrive?
Oh man, that's such a loaded question.
I know.
I think in general, what the city needs is someone that is actually going to push issues forward. And when I think of Santa Maria thriving, I think of resources going into our youth, having our youth be healthy and robust with programs and initiatives that really foster healthy alternatives to what we have now. I also think of our community in general and the homelessness issues that are happening, not just in the riverbed, but all over our city. So in order to see our city thrive, I think I see a council that is engaged, a council that is accessible, and that is making these systems more accessible for folks to just come in and really tell us what the needs are, and we can work together to find those solutions.
Perfect. And what is the most concerning issue in Santa Maria, in your opinion, right now?
Particularly in District 1, I would say homelessness. So District 1 borders the Santa Maria riverbed, and I've seen it too, being a resident of District 1, how homelessness has grown in just even the past 5 years, 4 to 5 years. And this is an issue that the city right now is not addressing in and of itself. So the city of Santa Maria has no budget and no plan to address homelessness. We need more than a council member going out to hand waters and see the issue firsthand. We need a council member that can actually be strategic and creative in finding a real solution to that problem. So I look forward to working with a lot of different, people and organizations and entities to solve this problem and get folks out of the riverbed and into permanent housing.
Perfect. And last question, what is an issue previous council members have not yet addressed?
I think one of the issues, going to city council meetings, I sit there and, there is interpretation for Spanish speakers, monolingual Spanish speakers, but there is no interpretation for any indigenous languages. Here in Santa Maria, we have a large community of Mixteco speakers and of speakers of other indigenous languages. None of that has been acknowledged at the city council level. And also, when you have someone that needs interpretation services, you're still only allotted the 3-minute public comment period. You're not allotted 6 minutes, which I think would be the reasonable time, since it takes you double the amount of time to get the same message across. I think that it's such a simple but such a incredibly accessible way to facilitate more public engagement and comment at the city council.
Perfect. Any last thoughts?
I'm just really excited to be a candidate. I think that now is the time that real change can be created here at the City Council level, and I look forward to serving you all as your District 1 City Council representative.